All right. I just got word that we are live on the internet. Good evening, everyone. I'm Matthew Kellogg. I work for you in the Appalachian Mountain Bike Club. Thanks for coming out this evening. First up is to talk about this glorious weather that we finally got. We earned this, by the way. I don't know who was sinning in July, but we didn't get to ride a single day, if I recall, in July, unless it was on systems that were pea gravel and Loistony and Sharpsy. I'm thrilled that networks are finally drying out a little bit. Hopefully we get a reprieve for the next few days at least. I know that the crew needs some moisture over at Baker after they finish up at drop-in, so Dave will be doing rain dance here shortly, but it's all his fault. But to his credit, he does update trail conditions every day. He doesn't make the weather. He doesn't make the conditions. He just assesses them. So don't get mad at him. Or you can, he says. It's fine. No biggie. He can water off his back, something like that. Jenny, you want to not welcome us? Yes, Jenny, come on up. This says welcome plus updates dash Jenny.
I can welcome again. Welcome to all of our AMBC friends and members. If this is your first meeting, welcome, and please say hello.
It is their first meeting.
We've got some friends who may or may not have signed up for this.
He takes Baker though, and he thought it might be trivia, which is a new concept.
We could ask some
trivia next month.
We could ask some questions for sure.
Good, yeah.
So be nice, say hello. If you see a face that you haven't seen before, please say hello to people, welcome them, ask them their name and what's their favorite trail. I'm excited to say that as of today, we have 662 members, which is awesome. At the beginning of this year, we were below 550, so that's a huge jump. Thanks to our membership drive and for you all for spreading the word and for some growth in programs. We also want y'all to support the businesses that support us using your member benefits. So that's in your Sorba app. We have over 25 member benefits that are just AMBC local. Then Sorba has some awesome member benefits as well that are more regional and national brands. But our newest member benefit, which will be added this week, is with Summit Bodyworks, which is 15% off all services. So they are right next to Foothills Physical Therapy. They're like their sister company, and they will offer spas and sports massages and those kind of things. So that's 15% off all services for AMBC members. And I wanted to give y'all a heads up that a local coffee shop, I know some of y'all's favorites, is joining us with our member benefits later in September. So that's exciting. So keep your eyes peeled for a new coffee shop to be added. Our first coffee shop, actually. And if you guys have any questions about membership, any questions about your personal membership or how to share the word, just let me know. You can email me anytime. It's jenny@ambcnox.org, or you can catch me after this meeting. Also, I have a bunch of stickers if anybody wants stickers, AMBC stickers.
Perfect. Thank you, Jenny. I wanted to bring up a familiar face. Wes, are you in the crowd tonight? Look at you. Come on up, buddy. So this is Wes, past president, board member emeritus. He's going to get a bite of his burrito. Nope, he's packaging it up. Urban Wilderness coordinator with the city of Knoxville. He's just got some updates on what all is going on in and around our community.
Hello, everybody. Charlie wanted me to let everyone know it's already spoken for. There was some available food. Now it's been spoken for. So I'm sorry to get your hopes up. I think it's Alex Clark.
Oh, okay.
Congratulations, Alex. You're the winner of a taco. So a couple things going on from the city's side of things. One, right behind where we are, the once G&O trail, G&O rail line is becoming the Sono Trail. You may have seen some work over the last few months. The rails came out at the end of the winter. Subsequently, our friends over at KHRR, Pete Clausen, who donated the rail line to become a trail, has been hauling out all of those cross ties. So you may have been seeing those hauled out recently. And city crews are working to This larger gravel surface that you see behind us there, they've got a really good foundation with the rail bed that was there. They're putting a larger stone down, and then we're going to cap that with a crushed, real fine recycled concrete material and roll that in nice and tight. So it'll be a soft surface trail that's really hard, if that makes any sense.
Same as Sue Clancy.
It'll be very similar to Sue Clancy. Have you guys heard of Sue Clancy Greenway?
Show a hand.
Several people. That's great. How many people have ridden it since it opened? Not as many. So you guys will need to venture up to the north side of town and check that out. It's a 1 mile missing connection between Adair Park and Old Broadway. So it connects a lot of folks that live in that area over to some better sidewalk and bike infrastructure to get into town. There's not a greenway that connects all the way up there yet, but there are some nice signed bike routes that go through North Knoxville. So G&O Trail, progress is steady. We've got a few small issues, like there's a stormwater issue behind us. If you are back here, you'll see a small lake after all this rain. We have to solve a couple of those issues, but you should see continuous progress on that over the next couple months, and hopefully we'll get a section or two open and have that in place sooner than later. I don't have an exact date, but we're working diligently. The crews in our public service department, if you know anybody that works in the public service department, give them a pat on the back. They're doing a great job. They're balancing this with all the other things that happen in the city. So it's a little bit of additional work for those guys, but it's going to be worth it in the end. Another thing that happened last week, because we have a great partnership with AMBC. AMBC has been a long ally to the city, and all of the great things that you guys do as volunteers, as the organization has grown and matured to be a professional organization as well. The city council voted to increase the contract amount that we have with AMBC. So hopefully that helps sustain the organization for the next several years. And then we won't have to revisit that for a few more years, hopefully, Kellogg. But we appreciate all the work that you guys do.
We appreciate you too.
The other thing that you guys might see out in the woods, since it's been raining, you haven't been out there much, as I have not. The summer, I really don't like summers right now. They're just hot, humid, wet. My outdoor exercise routine is lower than I'd like it to be. But we've been working on some invasive management plans with the city. So you may see things changed if you haven't been on the trails in a while. One that's very noticeable is kudzu over at Fort Dickerson Park. This is a multi-year approach to try to tackle some of those invasive species that we have, plant species. We've also done work recently in some of the other corridors around town, Third Creek, Greenway, another one in the urban wilderness. You've seen William Hayes, there's been some kudzu treated over there. There's also been some work done over at Marie Myers. So working through different sections of the park, we're trying to restore that native habitat. So native plants and the things that they attract will be present, as well as the other thing that happens when you start to clear out all that brush. We start to open up some of those sight lines too, so the user experience gets better. So you can see around corners better. You can see through the woods a little bit better. So just kind of elevates that experience. So I think that's all I got, Kellogg.
Well, thank you, sir. Thank you, Wes. Yeah, thank you. Wes mentioned the city council vote last week, and I will note that a lot of kind words from different folks on council were said about y'all as a group. So everybody deserves a pat on the back there, and full support for the work that we do from council. So good work, everybody. It's really impressive to be able to stand up in front of council and tell the facts of how much time and effort we put into this trail network. And so you guys do good work. So I wanted to mention, Jenny mentioned Summit Body Works, which is part of Foothills Physical Therapy. For those of you who live in South Knoxville or may have used that clinic in the past, Ryan did pass away recently, last month, and so just keep them in your mind and your thoughts as you go about town. It's something that we've had a great relationship with Foothills over the years, and really appreciate everything he's done to help support our organization thus far. So, Jenny, come on up and let's get a Trailblazers update.
Right. Okay, well, some of y'all that were here last time heard that our summer program wrapped up. We ended up started with about 8 kiddos, ended up with 12 kids riding with us, including kids from the neighborhood, which is super cool. Dave helped with that, and Kellogg, and we also had volunteers Hope Parks and Audrey Carter, and we truly could not have done it without them. Mary Beth helped us tie-dye. That was a crazy day. But it was awesome. Couldn't have done that without her. And Leslie, of course, took lots of photos for us that just captured lots of smiles and the fun of riding and working with those kiddos. So we're excited to chat with the Boys and Girls Club again sometime next week to figure out what that partnership might look like for next summer and in the future. Also, tomorrow night, we are kicking off our Trailblazers training for all of our volunteers. So that's really exciting because Trailblazers, our fall season starts in 2 weeks. So the Tuesday after Labor Day, we'll kick off at Baker Creek and Concord for 8 weeks. We're skipping a fall break week, so it'll end the Tuesday right before fall break. So you guys might see some awesome kiddos out on the trails with their buddy volunteers. So at Baker Creek and Concord, so just say hello. Be prepared for some kiddos riding around. It's an awesome time, and we've got some awesome kiddos and leaders.
Awesome. Cactus, come on up and talk all things kickstand, sir. Oh, you've got a guest.
Yeah. Well, Paul's like the original kickstand person, but
Absolutely.
for all of you who haven't heard of kickstand, we give away bikes to kids, and we have a South Knoxville location over off Ogle and Martin Mill, and we could use tons more volunteers. Also, we could use a lot more bikes. So if you guys would like to work on bikes, you don't have to be like a bike shop person. You don't have to be a bike mechanic. We can use anyone. Biggest thing we do probably is like have to patch tires to give the bikes away to kids because most of the bikes we get are from people's garages, that kind of stuff. But in our South Knoxville location, I think we gave away almost 200 bikes last year. So any help we can get is great. If you're retired and want to come in during the week, that would be even better because that's really where we could use the help. But you have more information about kickstand.
Well, I have a lot of information about kickstand. I'm curious how many of you have heard of kickstand? Yay. Good. Good. The word's getting out. I've talked to Jenny and Cactus and some other folks. We have some nice mountain bikes. AMBC can sponsor a child to get a bike. If you know a kid that, I really want to do this, they don't have any money, I don't have a bike, we'll get them a bike. All right. And just to reiterate, please come work on bikes. We repair bikes. We give bikes to kids. It's really fun. Cactus is a great workshop leader. Right over here in Vestal. Yes.
And we're there 9 to 12, second and fourth Saturdays. And if you let us know you're coming, we'll have donuts and coffee for you. If you don't, tough luck. Might not have it. But if you let us know, we'll feed you too. So
I have some cards if you want a piece of printed paper, or just Google Kickstand Knoxville. We come up, send us an email. We'll both see it. Anybody, we'll all see it. Do you have any questions? Oh, come on. Well, I have a question. So there's a rumor that AMBC is partnering with the city to put a greenway in through North, I'm going to call it North Knoxville, on the KUB right-of-way, Belmorris. You're nodding.
That's a rumor. I can confirm that we have talked with the community in the Belmorris area. That community has sidewalks sort of that bookend the community, but nothing through the middle, except they do have a KUB power line easement through there. We've met with them in the design group, community design center, that is, to have discussions about the potential for just a soft surface trail through the neighborhood to act as a connector, right? And we all know that trails are a cost-efficient manner to move people about. And so we are 100% on board to help out with the community's project over there and are trying to get the right permissions to move forward with that. So look forward to seeing that in the future. we got help right there. So that would be on, that's a project that the city has already thrown their support behind as far as the idea of gaining permission through that area. KUB's has precedent for sharing lands with trail users, and so the outlook is positive there, Paul. And Paul, I want to say thank you to Kickstand as well. This summer, you guys helped, along with 2 bikes, to get us a full fleet of bikes that were serviced for our Trailblazers program over at Sharps Ridge. So big thanks. You guys had some of the tiny bikes that we needed to help the kids get out there on the trails, and it's always a joy to see them out there. We're about to move to upcoming events, and this is the recap and news portion. So before I get to upcoming events, today's event is actually Keith's birthday. From what I understand. I haven't fact-checked it. I don't know. But if you're feeling frisky, buy him a beer, I suppose. Father of the mayor's hot tub. He is the father of the mayor's hot tub, our former mayor's hot tub, which is has a namesake trail on the far, we'll call it the far eastern side of the trail network. So go ride that trail and buy that man a drink if he wishes to have one. Now on to upcoming events, now that we're past present day things. I'm going to let Jenny talk.
Okay, so now that the fall is coming in, we have a good amount of events on our calendar that includes social rides and joy rides and other organization events. I wanted to give Social Ride an opportunity to share about what's been going on. Amanda, would you like to share for a moment? No, you're totally fine. I caught Amanda while she was eating.
You're good. No, so Social Ride is AMBC's co-ed group ride, no drop, that's on the first and third Tuesday of every month. The first is always from Meads. The third is from Baker. This one coming up is on the first, and it's the Big Fun Tuesday tie-dye party. So we got a lot going on there. There's also a rumor that there could be a bonus social ride a few days later. Looking at you, Carter. You're intentionally not looking at me. That's the after the work party.
Yep.
So we're going to do another ride then. Yeah, like I said, no drop. Come out. We meet at 5:30. We roll out at 6. It's a good time. We ride bikes. Did I forget anything?
Well, I did want to share something.
Okay, share something.
Because Social Ride is volunteer driven.
It is.
And Amanda was looking.
Wait.
What?
You don't pay me for this?
Wait. Oh, shoot. Don't cash those checks.
Oh, okay.
So Amanda was looking sideways about this September 5th event. And that is because she's not going to lead that one. And you know why? Because she's busy. She's got something to do. And so this brings up a point that Brian brought up as well, which is Social Ride is a great opportunity for folks that enjoy riding bikes with a crowd to volunteer. It doesn't take a ton of time, I don't think.
No.
You don't even, or talent, evidently, but you don't even have to talk on a microphone. We won't make you talk on a microphone unless you're Carter or Amanda. But you know, if you like riding in groups or hanging around folks like that, it's an easy way to volunteer for the community. Take folks on your favorite ride, because at that point it is up to you as far as what you want to do. And so keep Social Ride. It is rider's choice. So we will be out on September 5th at the drop-in. This is in coordination with our work party that day. So the 5th of September, the first Saturday of September, we're going to dig in Marie Myers. So there's a ton of different projects we're going to work on there. But the drop-in is going to host lunch as well after the work party. Yeah, that's you just fade into that bush over there, like Homer. Yeah. So going to dig, going to eat, and then afterwards, we're going to celebrate all the work that the crew has done over at the drop-in, because they've rebuilt parts of 2 different trails over there, Rendezvous and Soups On. They're going to do a refresh of all of Soups On as well. So it's going to be a great afternoon over there riding at the drop-in. So make sure to join us on the 5th. What did I miss?
You took all of it. I'm just kidding.
What about who's providing drinks?
Okay, who's providing drinks? Creature Comforts. Thank you to Creature Comforts. We're also going to get some coconut waters from the locally owned Lush Drop, which makes 3 amazing different kinds of coconut water that can hydrate you while you work or ride. So those will be fun to try out. And I also wanted to mention Like Amanda said, we have our social rides, we have the dig, eat, and ride. And then we also share on our calendar about other organizations' events and other events going on the trails, whether it's mountain biking or trail running or whatever it is. We want to share it on our calendar, so just let me know. A couple people who have shared with us are actually going to share about their events today. So we've Joseph and Adam sharing about the Urban Wilderness 10K and 50K trail run race. Y'all can come up here to share about it. They would love some trail runners to join, and they would also need some volunteers if you're interested in volunteering on the trails but not running.
Hey, what's up? My name is Joseph Anderson. This is my buddy Adam Grigsby. And yeah, we noticed that there's kind of a gap in long distance trail running events in Knox County. And so we wanted to go ahead and host one ourselves. And so starts at the end of James White Parkway, kind of as a big loop of the basically the whole urban wilderness for the 50K. 10K is a nice little figure eight, goes up Redbud, Marie Myers, and kind of back up and around. So should be a great time for both. Yeah, if anyone's interested in running, you're welcome to look it up at Urban Wilderness, uw50k.com, or you can just look up the Urban Wilderness 50K. Also, volunteering options are always open. We could definitely use some for aid stations or beginning and end. And if I'm missing anything, Adam will get me.
No, that's it. I mean, I just want to say personally, thank you for the work you've done. I mean, I know we're just a couple of trail runners, but we enjoy these trails a lot. We know it's a big gift and a pretty unique opportunity for a town like Knoxville to have as much trail as it did. I grew up over off Sevierville Pike, and there wasn't anywhere to run, and you certainly didn't want to set foot on the street. So it's a huge blessing, and we one of our goals is just to get more people into it, onto it, in the woods. It's a lot of fun trail, and so I know you guys put in a ton of hard work. Dave, hopefully I can sync up with you and lend a back and a hand out there. But yeah, I just wanted to say big thanks.
Awesome. Thanks so much. We'll pop a link to that registration up in the feed. And I believe it's on our events calendar as well already. So, yeah, Knoxville is unique in the fact that we've got 100 plus miles of trail, and the majority of those are multi-use. And so as you pass other trail users, just make sure, as he said, to say hello and be a great neighbor. We're super fortunate to have access on a lot of different private lands, and that is a gift that could be taken away. So let's be good stewards. Doug Battelle, where you at? Look at that. He's a walking billboard. He's got a flyer in hand and a hat and a shirt. Mary Beth is going to get rid of me because I have no flair. I got Huntsville, Alabama. Oh my gosh. That's terrible. All right, Doug, what you got?
All right, man, there's a lot of events going on, isn't there? Isn't that great? But here's one of the longest standing events. Who has heard of the Hill of Truth? Who has rode the Hill of Truth? All right, we all know changes every year. So it's going to be different this year once again. And I've been told by one of the guys that pre-rode it, get a new set of tires because you're going to need them. So, hey, yeah, so 28th year, and we've embraced the reality of East Tennessee, and we got the tick. So Moab has the poison spider, we got the terrible tick. It will be on the shirts. It will be everywhere. And there'll be lots of bug spray, too. So, yeah, great time though. 9 o'clock, 12-hour mountain bike race, teams, individuals, solo for the crazy snake speeders and all that good stuff, too. E-mountain bikes welcome as well. And a 12K trail race going out right after the bikes go out. So, should be a fun time. Kids race at 1 o'clock. Also, something different this year. This is going to be October 24th. On September 12th, we're trying something different too. We're going to do a Saturday group gathering. We're going to have a preview ride for the Hill of Truth, which we've never done before. Usually we give segments on Thursday night, so we're going to do the whole thing. So if you come out September 12th, you can see the horse. You'll be the only ones to see it because we're not going to advertise it otherwise. So special there. We're also going to have a women's ride. If you want to do the Hill of Truth course, you can. Or we're also going to have a group of women go out, and we have a kids and family ride as well. Then a little cookout there at our HQ afterwards. So good time. It'll be fun. It'll be tough.
Love it, Doug. Thanks so much. 28 years. That is fantastic. We haven't been on quite the tear with the Fall Festival, but we are 17 years strong on Fall Festival. It should be on everyone's calendar. November 6th and 7th. Um, we have a number of folks that make this event possible. Madeline has a specific call for silent auction items. As we cruise into Fall Fest season, that auction is run by volunteers, and Madeline and Julie do a fantastic job of organizing it, but it takes a lot of different folks asking for items to go into that. So if you've got something in mind, I'll point you towards the fallfest.ambcnox.org website, which has an online form that you can submit silent auction items to, or you can just forward that link to other folks that may have items to donate. So that is one of our asks for Fall Festival. Second one, excuse me, Bertha, do you have a question? Oh, okay, I thought Keith had a question here. His hand came up for a little bit, and then it went down. I think he was going to ask a question of how could he volunteer for Fall Fest, and I was going to let him know that we do appreciate you volunteering each year. We don't have our link up yet, but our form will be live in September for you all to fill out a survey form. Let us know of your availability. Fall Fest is an awesome event to volunteer for. Trust me, I don't know if I've ever volunteered for the 2-hour session, but 2 hours of filling in somewhere around the festival is a great time, and you can still enjoy the rest of your day ending that way. So we will make sure to ping you with an email and put our socials as soon as that volunteer link is live. And I wanted to mention some of our Friday programming. We're going to partner with Catalyst and Knox County Parks to show Best Day Ever, which is a great mountain biking film. And after that, we're going to turn the visuals over to the folks over at Climbing Roots, because they're going to do adventure slideshows like they did last year. They're going to be partnering up with Pachaka Chalksville to have the format of 20-second slides, 20 slides, 20 seconds apiece. So these are going to be rapid-fire presentations of people's adventures. And Alex, you want to talk a brief second about that? Yeah. Awesome. So Alex sort of set this up last year, and we're refining it this year.
Hey, everybody. I'm Alex Clark. And last year, like Kellogg was talking about, was our first year of doing, I don't know, we're calling it like Adventures in Review. And the idea is to share some of the cool stuff our community does. And what I want to do today is, with Fall Fest being on the weekend of November 6th, on that Friday, Climbing Roots is going to be having a lot of programming, and one thing we're going to do is host another sort of slideshow to show off cool adventures that local folks have done. And last year it was great. We had 30 or 40 people show up, and big Q&A session. Got to see some cool athletes show up and that have done some cool stuff. And a big part of what I wanted to come here today was I'm hoping to get some ideas from you guys of super cool events you've done or participated in, adventures you've been on, cool photos you've taken. I would love to get your help if you guys want to talk and share your cool photos and cool stories from your adventures, or if you know somebody that has done something super cool. This is more of like an alternative to social media, where we can bring our photos and we can talk about the cool stories and ask questions and get based on these super neat places. So if you guys maybe have ideas of somebody that I could call, if you have a phone number for a super rad person, it could be yourself. This is obviously a very low pressure thing. If you've seen Pachaka Chaw, that's definitely the vibe we're going for. But also, if you've seen a TED Talk, right? It's super casual. It is a very low pressure thing. This is not a pompous sort of, look how cool this was, it's better than everybody else. It doesn't have to be epic, but if you got a lot out of it, and hopefully you took some cool pictures because you were having a great time, I would love if you could share those photos. And if you are willing to talk for 10 minutes to a group of strangers that would also be super stoked on hearing about your adventure, let me know. And again, if you know somebody else that went on this and just want to pass along their phone number, I'd be happy to call them to fill out their interest. So that's what I want to reach out for. It'll be on the Friday of Fall Fest. And then to finish this out, I want to send a huge thanks to whoever handed out that tostada earlier. It pretty much changed my life. So doing the Lord's work over there.
Charlie's tostada, getting the call out. Oh, thanks.
That's right. That's right. Let me make sure I didn't forget anything. Oh yeah, but also multidiscipline, not just bikes.
Yeah.
If you know super rad climbers, if you know super rad paddlers, we're super fortunate in Knoxville to where all these things are accessible, and there's a lot of people that do it, and I would love to hear about them. So not just cycling, but if you know somebody that's a big hiker and went and did some crazy cool stuff, let me know. I'd love to bother them and see if they were interested in sharing about it. That's all I have.
Okay. Thank you, Alex. I want to commend Alex for his service to our organization. Every time I write an email to trails@ambcnox.org, beside it says Alex. Because Alex ran that email for a number of years. And I appreciate all of the effort you put into coordinating, clearing our trails before Dave got every single one of those emails that says Alex in parentheses. So thank you so much for your effort over time. And yes, by all means, if you've got an interesting trip that you went on or some observations that you made around town and have 20 slides that you could talk about for 20 seconds apiece, we want to hear about it. So we'll put a link up for submissions on our page and look forward to reviewing it Friday the 6th at Fall Fest. Maddie, want to talk Joyride?
Hey everybody, I'm Maddie. I'm with Joyride, which our mission is to get more women on bikes and get comfortable in the woods. So last Sunday we had a ride with over 20 riders and volunteers out at Concord. We had beginner, beginner plus, intermediate. It was very hot, so Lush Drop, which is down the road, gave us coconut waters, which was really awesome. But that was a great time to get a lot of ladies out on the trails. For September, don't have a ride scheduled because we have a bunch of ladies going to another Sorba chapter in Birmingham for the Limitless Mountain Bike Festival. So if you're going out there, we'll include in an email, try to get people coordinated together. But Tennessee, I think, has like the second or third largest group coming. So we've gotten a lot of people from Knoxville over there. In October, we saved the date for October 21st. We're going to meet at Climbing Roots Bouldering Gym for a social. We're going to get together right before Fall Fest, and we'll do a little craft night where we're decorating our outfits and accessories to get excited for Fall Fest. And then we'll have a joyride that Saturday of Fall Fest, November 7th. In the past, we've had like over 100 ladies sign up. So definitely come out and join us. Also, if you're looking to volunteer, we could always use more volunteers to help lead or sweep. You do not need to be advanced rider, just need to be comfortable with what you're helping out with. And we're working on our 2027 calendar, so definitely stay tuned for everything we have going on next year.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Maddie. Where's Chris Joyce? You got an update? Awesome. I promised Tom we're going to wrap this up shortly. Tom's on a schedule tonight, so we've got to keep this meeting moving. So, Chris, you have 2.5 minutes. Starts now.
Yeah. Well, I'll take 30 seconds. But no, Chris Joyce with Appalachian Youth Cycling. I am very excited that we had a great open house the end of last month. We introduced a lot of the youth to NICA and how we do that program. And we kick off our NICA season. We have our first race this weekend. So first of 5 races. So every other weekend through the fall, we will be all over the state of Tennessee with our mighty number of 20 kids out there doing races, middle school, high school. So the fun thing is really just seeing them interact with their peers. They all race at their age group. This is not some hardcore intense thing. It's as much just youth and kids having fun on bikes. So that's what we're all about. Our practices are really hitting full steam, though. We had great turnout. Thanks a lot to Trailblazers has been helping get the word out to the young folks to come out and ride with our crew. So we have amazing numbers of the youngest kids riding with us, and real excited. So on Mondays out at Concord, Thursdays here south, we've been having good turnout and loving it. So excited for the fall.
Okay. And he yields his time. To the gentleman from AMBC on the trail crew in the straw hat with the piece of paper. It was sunny earlier. Still feels great.
Still sunny in places. All right. Hey, everybody. I'm Dave with the trail crew. We've been out and about doing our thing full time, day over day, week over week. I got a list of stuff here. Looks like in June and July, we got 125 plus trees. It wasn't just me. That was Cactus. That was what I got. Sarah's here. I got some other volunteer sawyers who help us out with that. That leads me into plug-in chainsaw class. I've still got one or two maybe slots if you want to get into the fall chainsaw class. It'll be in the week sometime after Fall Fest. We haven't set a day yet. I've got Jeff Killian on the list for that with a soft maybe. But I've still got one or two more slots. Like so we're doing a twice a year training, just getting you comfortable with the chainsaw, just get you for some of these more basic trees that fall, like we've had, I don't know, 30, 40 plus in the past week, it looks like. 2 cuts and a kick where you just get that out of the trail, get the obstruction gone and move on. Some of them are more complicated than that, day to day it changes. That's a good day when you get the 2 kicks and a cut. But anyway, so if you want to find me or you can email us, I've still got 1 or 2 slots, like I said, and we're doing that twice a year. So there'll be one after Fall Fest, and there'll be one in the spring, so on and so forth. So we're doing that. We've got a 40 so far this month, and then I think that number went up quite a bit today. So thank you to the people who are helping us do that, especially as we're tied up with different projects that we've got going on, some kind of, certain deadlines that we're trying to meet, and just trying to keep it all going. I was telling Adam, we really try to pride ourselves on getting these trees out of the way as soon as we can, and it takes more than the 3 of us to get out there and do it every day, especially when we're rebuilding trails and doing all the things it takes to keep everything running. So also looks like in June and July, we trimmed over 60 miles of trails, which is insane to think about, but the sweat and the exhaustion matches that. So we got some more done this month, but I believe at this point, shy of maybe a couple of parts of the dog park out in Concord, we trimmed everything at least once this year. So if you see anything that has grown back super fast, especially like at Sharps Ridge, we were over there today for a minute, and where they did the clear cutting for the guy wires, where there's just direct sunlight on the stuff that's exploding. So some of that stuff will need a second pass. So let us know if you know of a section, or the where you come in off of Forks of the River at West or off the road there. There's certain places we have to hit more than once. So if there's any super bad places that need trimming, just let us know and we'll go get it again. But anyway, that's what we've been doing for the last couple of months. So coming up, we'll be resurfacing Baker Creek. That's always a hit. That's just, always moisture dependent, but we're doing that once we get finished with what we're working on currently, which is reworking the drop-in trails. So Rendezvous is more or less buttoned up, just dealing with some final touches on that. But Soups On has really been what we've been focusing on lately. And I'm just here to tell you that you're either going to like it or you're going to love it, because it's going to be really, really good. As it's developed, we found some really cool spots. There was a lot of euonymus and a lot of deadfall that was in the way to see what was going on. But we've got a drop that is completely better and different than the one that was there before. We've got one off that is different and better than the one that was there before. We've got 2 or 3 bonus features. We've got beelines. We've got ride arounds. We're doing it all. It's going to be awesome. So we're working that out. We're going to start flow testing that tomorrow if everything works out right. So we'll see if we can post some clips maybe. And like they said, next Saturday, work day, and then grand opening, social ride, call it what you will. Come to the drop-in, get fed, get lubricated, come ride the trail. So that's all going on, and that's what we're doing right now. So aside from that, we've got a new AmeriCorps coming on next month. Kid's name's Charlie. Got high hopes for Charlie. He's a kid with a big boy office job, and he said he's sick of it, and he wants to come try working outside. So we're going to put him through the ringer and hope he makes it through the year. He seems pretty keen on it, so we're going to go for it. He's a super nice kid, and we're pretty excited to have another strong back. When we can be 2 and 2, we can divide and conquer a lot more effectively, so that'll be really cool. Aside from Send in the trees. That's one thing. Trails at ambcknox.org. If you find a tree, send it in. We've got some yard signs we're putting out there. They've been really effective at loisting, and it's a lot more reports to let us know what's going on out there. But we can't take care of the trees or delegate them out to get taken care of if we don't know about them. So if you find a tree, send them in. Even if, like some people here, you give us a real vague estimation of where it might be and tell us about how the signal was and all this other stuff that doesn't help us find the tree. It's all good. I'm not looking at any general directions, any specific people here, but we do appreciate you letting us know about these trees and just getting us up to speed on that, because literally in the past week, I bet there's 40, 50 trees that have come down on the trails out here, and Jessica got, I don't know, upwards of half a dozen today for sure. Cactus and Aaron were out doing it. We're going to try to get them out of there as quickly as possible while we rebuild the drop-in trails, while we get Baker Creek resurfaced, all this other stuff. So please just let us know, trails@ambcknox.org. Aside from that, we got work parties coming up, typically first Saturday of the month. So September, obviously, year-round get down. We're going to be reworking some of the transitions that have washed over the years. We're going to get some pug up there to get some of these gaps filled, some kit brigades to go and get some of that smoothed out, party in the woods, try to get that a little bit more, back like it was, I don't know, however many years ago that was. And after that, we've got Public Lands Day at Loyston, like always, 3 weeks later. So September 26th, we'll be up at Loyston Point. Plenty of autumn olive up there to keep everybody busy, so we'll definitely be getting after that. And then October 3rd, Baker Creek. We always kind of do the October one as a sort of lead up to Fall Fest. So we typically try to still be resurfacing, so you can come see Gooch run the scratcher. You can come help us rake it and play tamp it and get it back into order and watch brake bumps turn into, I don't know, red clay butter, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. So aside from that, that's it. That's all I got.
Awesome. Thanks, Dave, and thanks to the crew for everything you do on our behalf. The many changes of clothes, wardrobe changes. I don't know if they think it's that humorous. Thanks, everybody, for coming out. Tom, I'm sorry we went a little bit over 30 minutes, but you're still here, and we appreciate that. Our next meeting is September the 28th. We will be here. I say we. I will not be here. Jenny will be running the show with Dave. As a reminder, tip your bartender. See Alex about movies. See Jenny about Trailblazers volunteering in the future. See Maddie about Joyride. And Chris about AYC. Thanks, y'all.
Trailblazers, if they show up that you're like,